Hello everyone, and a very good morning to all of you, and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep, the most comprehensive preparation app for all exams. So as we all know, from Monday to Thursday, 11 a.m. in the morning, we come up with the Hindu analysis. Today is 15th February, that is Thursday, and we are here with the Hindu analysis of Thursday. So let's just start with the most important article on the first page, talking about center's calls of talks. Yet again, but farmers seeks positive calls for talks. Yet again, but farmers seek positive offer. Tamil Nadu passes a resolution against one nation, one election plan. So these two articles we will be discussing it. Am I audible? Was are you? Okay. Center calls for talks yet again. मतलब सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने बात करने के लिए कोशिश किया है, मतलब कहा है कि विल टॉक विद द फार्मर्स, बट फार्मर्स सीक पॉजिटिव ऑफर. तो फार्मर्स चाहते हैं कि जो उनके मतलब जो डिमांड है वो पूरी की जाए, जो पॉजिटिव ऑफर्स हैं. So that is what it is. I hope you are aware the protesting farmers from Punjab and Haryana has moved to the Delhi and all in that region. So as protesting farmers from Punjab continue to camp at different locations along the border with Haryana, farmer representative and union ministers are preparing to hold another round of talks. ठीक है. So farmers के जो किसान नेता हैं and union ministers, there are 3 union ministers. And the farmer leaders will be actually meeting again on having a talks today, that is on Thursday. However, the farmers asserted that the meeting would be fruitful only if the government had something positive to offer. It means they have clearly, categorically said that we need those positive things, whatever we have demanded, we need those, means the government should accept that, then only it will be considered as a fruitful, or the talks will be considered as fruitful. So the farmer leaders said that the center invited them to talk to Chandigarh for deliberation on their demands. And so these are the 3 union ministers. Mr. Arjun Munda, he's Agriculture Minister of India, Union Minister of Agriculture. Then Mr. Piyush Goyal, he's a Commerce Minister, Commerce as well as Textile Minister. And Mr. Nityanand Rai, he is Minister of State for Home Affairs. Okay, so these 3 ministers have decided to meet the farmer leaders at in Chandigarh, and they'll be talking with the farmer leaders. ठीक है. So these are some of the demands. ये वाली article पढ़ लीजिएगा जरूर से. Please go and read this one. Farmer protest. What are the Annadatas' demand? It's an article from Deccan Herald. And like, for example, the enactment of a law guaranteeing MSP for all crops. So this is actually the major demand of the farmers, that they want that guaranteed MSP should be there. You should provide legal guarantee to it. And it should be for all crops. Currently, for 23 crops, minimum support price is given. But here they are demanding that there should be legal guarantee that yes, MSP will be given. The government is taking the legal guarantee, and on all crops. This is what their demand is. Okay, the next is implementation of Swaminathan recommendation to provide debt waiver. So they are talking about debt waiver. कर्ज की माफी की बात कर रहे हैं. That the Swaminathan Commission has recommended the concept of how the debt waiver should be there and all. Okay, so they are talking about it. Then of course land acquisition की बात है ना, कि there should be given adequate compensation if the land is acquired for any development purpose. There should be given compensation and all. Then WTO, withdrawal from WTO. This is believed actually, why WTO is very much in the news, because people believe that the MSP and the farmers are not able to get adequate subsidies, because many of the farm subsidies actually violate WTO rules or WTO norms. And that is why the farmers are perhaps, this is the reason why perhaps the farmers are demanding that the government of India should withdraw from WTO, because it affects the farmer subsidy and all. Then Lakhimpur Kheri incident happened, so they are demanding that justice for those, okay, means those who are perpetrators should be, can say, sent to jail and all. So these are the things being talked about. Okay, pension to farmers की बात है. Then these are some of the things, है ना. So Manrega, I hope you are aware, Manrega is actually rural areas में, in rural areas 100% job guarantee की बात है ना, 100 days of manual work and it provides, and this is a legal guarantee, but this is only for 100 days. They are demanding that it should be increased to 200 days, है ना, ये आपको पता होना चाहिए, है ना. So these are things, protection of rights of indigenous people, seed quality. So these are the things they have put the demand in front of them. ठीक है. Yes, good morning guys, good morning. Okay, now the next is any आवाज आ रही है ना, मैं audible? Okay, yes, fine. Now there's another article talking about Tamil Nadu passes a resolution against one nation, one election plan. So I hope you are aware, there's a concept, what we call it as one nation, one election, also known as simultaneous election. So it means if this concept is implemented, then let's say there are legislative assembly elections at the state level. Legislative assembly elections at the state level. And the Lok Sabha election, which happened at the All India level, will happen at the same time. So the concept of one nation, one election means that the one Lok Sabha elections and legislative assembly elections of all states should happen at one time. Okay, but the state of Tamil Nadu has passed the resolution against it. So there's a proposal, one nation, one election की बात कही गई है. This was in the news since September last year. Okay, so can you please tell me who is the head of the committee set up to look into the feasibility of one nation, one election? Justice Ranjana Prakash Desai, Harish Salve, Ramnath Kovind, Justice R.V. Ravindran. What is the right answer? Head of the committee to look into the feasibility of one nation, one election. So last year September से काफी बात हो रही है. This has been coming in the news, so I'm expecting you all to answer it. What's the right answer? Anyone? Yes, very good. Alia Kausar, you're right. Former President of India, ex-President of India, Mr. Ramnath Kovind. So C is the right answer. One nation, one election. Former President Kovind led panel invites suggestion from public. है ना? Okay, so these are the things. January 2024 की news है ना? Okay. If you're watching this class, नीचे जाना description box में one-on-one counseling session का link is there. Click on this link. You will get this Google form, and everyone should go fill this Google form. That would be very beneficial for you. Now, तो ये हम लोग डिस्कस के लिए देखो इसमें क्या क्या बात हो रही है. सो तमिलनाडु असेंबली पास यूनानिमसली, मतलब सारे लोग वोटेड, ऑल फेवर वोटेड, adopted two resolutions against union government's one nation one election proposal and the proposed delimitation. ये दोनों के against. So one nation one election I have told you. Now proposed delimitation after 2026. Why the southern states oppose this? Generally southern states जो है वो delimitation को oppose करते हैं. There is a reason behind it. So the resolution against proposed delimitation this August House urges the union government that the limitation to be carried after 2026 on the basis should not be implemented owing to unavoidable reasons and all. ठीक है, अब देखो क्या issue है. देखो, if I hope you are aware of this, that as far as northern states and southern population control is concerned, so southern states from South India and here in North India. So states from South India were more successful in population control. Okay, now, but if you read Article 182 and all, they talk about readjustment after every census. ठीक है, अभी जो होता क्या है कि it talks about that seats should be proportional to the population. The seats allocation for any state should be proportional to the population. इसका मतलब ये हुआ logic हुआ, if there is population in the North India is rising, the more number of seats should be given to the Lok Sabha and lesser number of seats should be given in Lok Sabha to South India. अब देखो ये क्या है ना, this is actually penalizing implementation of family planning. So what the southern state said that okay, we are being punished for population control. Since we are doing population control and the North Indian states are not able to do, so we will be getting lesser Lok Sabha seats because we have controlled the population and the northern states will get more. So this will act as a disincentive for population control. So this actually happened and finally it was decided that okay, no, so we will continue with the same 1971 census. फिर बाद में 2001 में भी adjust किया गया. So till now, till 2026, the seats allotted, the Lok Sabha seats allotted for the states are actually the same as with respect to 1971 census. ठीक है, अब यही वो कह रहे हैं कि अगर मान लीजिए 2026 के बाद census हुआ and if most likely there will be more population in northern states as compared to the southern states, so the southern states will suffer because of population control. So the southern states will always oppose the delimitation because they will believe that the number of seats in Lok Sabha will decrease. And that is what it shall be maintained at present ratio of the constituency between states and assemblies and both parliament, है ना, fixed on the basis of 1971 population. Yes, Asthavasti, you are right. जैसे उत्तर प्रदेश में स्टेट ऑफ यूपी हैज 80 लोकसभा सीट्स, बिहार में 40 है, तो अगर पॉपुलेशन बढ़ते जाता तो शायद 80 का 90 हो जाता, ये 50 हो जाता, और यहाँ घट जाता, रिड्यूस हो जाता. but that will be, I mean, there will be lesser representation from South India because they have less population. So they demand the same, that see, we are controlling the population and that is why you are punishing us. So that is what the idea is. ठीक है, तो यही उनकी demand थी, and that is why since 1971 the population, I mean, the delimitation has been freezed and all. ठीक है, खैर ये सब है. Now, the next is Kerala House requests central government to amend Wildlife Act to tackle human-animal conflict. First of all, forest comes under concurrent list. It means both the center and union can make clause. But the Wildlife Protection Act has already been made by Parliament. And Wildlife Protection Act 1972 already made by the Parliament of India. Okay. That is why the state government of Kerala has requested to amend, change कीजिए Wildlife Protection Act 1972 को, because it is causing human-animal conflict in the sense, है ना, to suitably amend it to mitigate पता क्या, reduce the impact of, है ना, human-animal conflict, human-wildlife conflict. अब क्या हो रहा है कि चाहे तो जो animals है वो शहर में घुस जा रहे हैं, something like that, है ना. So while wildlife intrusion in habitation, abutting forests and lethal attacks on residents had impelled the government to request the center to make the laws and all. अब देखो क्या हो रहा है, जैसे मान ली फॉरेस्ट एरियाज है, अब सिटी एक्सपैंड करते जा रहा है, अब उसके पास आ गया, अब क्या हो, लेट्स से these are the forest and let's say people are living here. So basically and sometimes animals comes and attack the resident. ऐसा होता है कि नहीं, आपने सुना होगा बहुत जगह, बहुत सारे शहरों में अगर पास में फॉरेस्ट है तो एनिमल्स आ जाते हैं, शहर में इंसानों को अटैक करते थे. So that is what they have demanded it, that sometimes these are causing, I mean, safety issues to humans and all, है ना. So that is why they have demanded that Wildlife Protection Act 1972 should be amended accordingly. ठीक है, ताकि ह्यूमन वाइल्ड लाइफ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट को रिड्यूस किया सके. देयर हैज टू बी सम सॉर्ट ऑफ प्लान, कुछ प्लान बनाइए, है ना. ओके, द नेक्स्ट इज सुबियांतो विंस फर्स्ट राउंड ऑफ इलेक्शन इन इंडोनेशिया. देखो एक्चुअली इंडोनेशिया के जो करंट प्रेसिडेंट है, हिज नेम इज जोको विडोडो, है ना. ओके, नाउ द इलेक्शन, तो ये तो खैर नहीं लड़ रहे, लेकिन दीज आर द थ्री एक्चुअली कैंडिडेट्स, प्राबोवो सुबियांतो, एनीस बासवेदान एंड गांजर Pranovo. So these are the three people actually who are fighting the presidential election. Okay, and these are the political parties, है ना. Independent है ये, PDIP है. Okay, now so let me first show you where exactly it is. This is India. This one is Indonesia. Okay, now so basically the elections have happened and most likely he is going to win. अभी जैसी बात आ रही है उसी के हिसाब से मैं बता रहा हूँ. Now can you please tell me that which city is going to be the new capital of Indonesia? Most likely in August 2024 this will become the new capital. Nusantara, Jakarta, Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok. बताइए, new capital of Indonesia. Anyone? सबको लाइक बटन प्रेस कर दो. Everyone please press the like button and subscribe to our channel. Which city is going to be the new capital of Indonesia? Yes, Alia Kausar, very good. So earlier it was Jakarta, but they are planning to move it to Nusantara. So the answer is actually A. Going to be पूछ रहे हैं ना, so A. Yes, very good. है ना. So on 17th August 2024, on Indonesia's Independence Day, they will actually have their own capital. ठीक है. तो देखो, here is Jakarta. यहाँ पर आपको Jakarta मिलेगा जावा आइलैंड में. This is Jakarta. And this one is actually Java Island. और इसको कहते हैं लोग बोर्नियो आइलैंड, है ना. सो बोर्नियो आइलैंड में भी कुछ बोर्नियो आइलैंड, है ना. सो दिस वन इज एक्चुअली द पार्ट ऑफ इंडोनेशिया. यहाँ पर एक सिटी है नुसंतारा, कलिमंतान भी कहते हैं ना आइलैंड, है ना. सो नुसंतारा एक्चुअली इज हेयर एंड हेयर एक्चुअली दिस विल बी द न्यू कैपिटल. ठीक है, नुसंतारा. Okay, if you're watching this class, please download our app, go to CLAT section, go to talk to our counselor, click there, and you will get to know more about our courses. This is 2025 course. Okay, if you have any query, call on this number 9538895678 पे call कर सकते हो. And this is 2024 test series. You can go for that, and you can call on this number if you want to know more about this. Let's move on to the editorial. अब देखो एक editorial. This is written by Mr. Gopal Krishnan Gandhi. He's a former governor. He's a former bureaucrat, also ex-IAS officer. ठीक है. अब देखो, he's talking about the customary address of the governor. ठीक है ना. He's talking about the customary address of the governor or the president of India. और इन दिस कंटेक्स्ट ही हैज गिवन सम एग्जांपल्स इन हिज लाइफ, तो उस उनकी लाइफ के एग्जांपल में हम लोग को नहीं जाना है, बट यस लेट्स टॉक अबाउट इन विच कंटेक्स्ट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट. देखो ये 2 days बैक वी रेड दिस आर्टिकल, है ना, परसों की आई थिंक आर्टिकल थी. तमिलनाडु गवर्नर मिस्टर आर.एन. रवि refuses to deliver customary address. ये मैंने डिस्कस किया था. What happens is actually the article 176 says that the commencement, the starting of the first session after each general election to the legislative assembly, and the commencement of the first session at each year, the governor shall address legislative assembly or in the state having a legislative council, both houses summoned together. Now, अब देखो क्या होता है. It says that after every year, मतलब अगर हर साल के शुरुआत में the governor is supposed to address the assembly. जैसे नहीं legislative assembly यहाँ लोग बैठे हुए हैं and the governor will stand and give the speech, है ना. इसको हम लोग customary address कहते हैं, customary speech, है ना. Now this speech is not actually written by the governor himself. It does not represent the opinion of the governor as such. It is given by the government of the day. तो government मतलब वही council of ministers. So council of ministers, that is मतलब चीफ मिनिस्टर और उनकी जो मंत्री परिषद होते हैं, ठीक है. सो द काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स गिव द स्पीच एंड द गवर्नर इज जस्ट सपोज टू रीड दैट, ठीक है. उसको हम लोग कस्टमरी एड्रेस कहते हैं. बट होता है क्या, आई मीन दिस इज जनरली एंड व्हाटएवर द गवर्नर स्पीक्स इज नॉट जनरली हिज ओपिनियन और हर ओपिनियन, रादर इट्स द ओपिनियन ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट, ठीक है. But the governor recently decided not to actually read the address, and the reason he cited was that he disagreed with it. ठीक है ना, he disagrees with numerous passages on moral and factual ground, and that is why he decided not to actually give the speech. इसी पर ये कॉन्टेक्स्ट में इन्होंने आर्टिकल लिखा है, ठीक है. The word customary, ceremonial, which are employed to describe the address of president of India, है ना, चाहे तो president या state level पे governor. So both work similarly, है ना. The president and governor are more or less work on the same ground, है ना, in the similar fashion. However, there are some difference, but yes, more or less the president and governor are work in the same fashion, है ना. In India, being the land of largely unquestioned customs ceremonial, these addresses of the head of state have also become the part of our polity, है ना. तो ये बता रहे हैं कि हाँ लोग एड्रेस करते हैं, गवर्नर प्रेसिडेंट उनको रीड करते हैं ना. And he is saying that the speeches or the addresses of the head of the state for these occasions following British practice are drafted by the government of the day. They are not written by the president or the governor, but only read out by them. मतलब वही बताना चाह रहे हैं कि गवर्नर या प्रेसिडेंट खुद से लिख के आके नहीं पढ़ते हैं, जो सरकार लिख के देती है वही उसको बस रीड कर देते हैं. So the drafts for these in their office generally very close to event and require them to gone through against a time limit. तो यही सब बता रहे हैं, ठीक है. अब उन्होंने क्या किया, the author is actually giving some example in his from his life that R. Venkataraman was the president of India, so he is giving that some examples, ठीक है. Then he himself was the governor of Bengal, तो उन्होंने अपनी लाइफ के बारे में कुछ एग्जाम्पल दिया. तो सब एग्जाम्पल आपको नहीं पढ़ना है. These examples are not important from your perspective, ठीक है. So this thing you should be knowing about it, ठीक है. So the next side में आर्टिकल थी फार्मिंग कंसेंसस, द सेंटर मस्ट एड्रेस ग्रीवांसेस फॉर फार्मर्स थ्रू टॉक्स. तो ऑथर ने ये लिखा है कि गवर्नमेंट को चाहिए कि ग्रीवांसेस जो उनकी परेशानी यानी जो उनकी शिकायत है, ग्रीवांसेस मतलब वही शिकायत है ना, द इश्यूज ऑफ द फार्मर्स शुड बी सॉल्व थ्रू टॉक्स, ठीक है. दैट इज व्हाट this is an editorial, तो editorial है, I mean this represents the opinion of the Hindu editors, ठीक है. Okay, so farmers from Punjab in their have assembled at 3 points along with the border, है ना, and they are being stopped from marching towards Delhi. They are demanding what, legally guaranteed MSP. पहला ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट डिमांड है. देन क्रॉप डेट वेवर की बात कर रहे हैं, कैंसिलेशन ऑफ इंटरनेशनल एग्रीमेंट, सो दिस इज रेफरिंग टू WTO, है ना. सो दे हैव रिक्वेस्टेड दैट इंडिया शुड विथड्रॉ फ्रॉम WTO बिकॉज it deters India from giving farm subsidies. किसानों को सब्सिडीज देने में मुश्किल होता है WTO की वजह से. And they are talking about minimum pension of 5,000 to farmers. Okay, so these are some of the demands of the farmers, है ना. This is now spearheaded by SKM non-political, है ना, संयुक्त किसान मोर्चा, किसान मोर्चा non-political. Okay. A splinter group of the body that had led to the earliest protest. The split signifies fissures in the, ठीक है. तो संयुक्त किसान मोर्चा के एक स्प्लिट ग्रुप है, स्प्लिंटर ग्रुप इज देयर, संयुक्त किसान मोर्चा नॉन पॉलिटिकल. ओके, सो दीज आर द थिंग्स बीइंग टॉक्ड अबाउट फार्मर्स इन वेस्टर्न यूपी अफेक्टेड बाय जेवार प्रोजेक्ट एंड यमुना एक्सप्रेसवे आर अप इन द आर्म्स. तो वेस्ट यूपी में बहुत सारे फार्मर्स है, वो भी नाराज है. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स बीइंग टॉक्ड अबाउट. तो ये मैंने आपको बता दिया है कि दीज आर द डिमांड्स, है ना. सो प्लीज रीड इट. Stop the after the class is over, take the screenshot and read this, है ना, ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, ठीक है. Now let's move on. नीचे एक article है, demand that could hamper gender equality. तो ये article, this actually is written by Damini Chopra. She's an actor, so she has written about the gender equality and all. So she is giving example of actually that Sabrimala temple में, I mean, menstruating women are not allowed and all. So she is talking about that. इस पे एक judgment भी आया था Supreme Court का. Please read about that. A Supreme Court judgment, 4:1 एक judgment आया था. So please read it. So that is what she is talking about, the demand for paid leave for menstruating works to undermine it and all. तो अब देखो इसमें बता ये रही कि menstrual cycles can be challenging, almost debilitating for some, but to collectively label all those belonging to gender without considering the adverse effect is stabilizing the women empowerment movement and all. तो वो बता ये रही कि हाँ इसको मतलब this should not be seen, I mean, as discriminatory and all. तो यही सब बता रही. Then she is actually giving example of World Economic Forum's Global Gender Gap Index. And she said that the global gender gaps has widened. तो ये बता रही कि 2021 की रिपोर्ट के हिसाब से जो जेंडर गैप है मेल और फीमेल का, instead of reducing it has got increased. It would take the world 135.6 years to achieve gender equality. And जिस हिसाब से जेंडर इंप्रूवमेंट हो रहा है, ऐसा लग रहा है 135 साल लग जाएगा जेंडर इक्वालिटी के लिए, है ना. A woman earns 84 cents for every dollar that a man makes. तो इसका मतलब इक्वल पे फॉर इक्वल वर्क भी नहीं है. Equal pay for equal work is not there. So if a man is getting 1 rupee, the female is getting only 84 cents. The participation of women labor force is comparatively lower as compared to the men. Significantly, काफी कम है जो labor force में male की participation ज़्यादा है as compared to the female. These are the things the author is talking about. Now there's a question: what is India's rank in global gender gap index? एक global gender gap report है ना, World Economic Forum के द्वारा रिलीज किया गया. इसमें इंडिया की रैंक कितना है? Can you please tell me? 135, 127, 146, 131. What is the right answer? Anyone? ये इंपॉर्टेंट है. लास्ट ईयर जून में आया था ये रिपोर्ट. ग्लोबल जेंडर गैप इंडेक्स, व्हाट इज इंडियाज रैंक? एनीवन? Yes, the right answer is 127. B is the right answer. Yes, Alia Kausar, Astha Vasti, you are right. इंडिया क्लाइम्स 8th प्लेस, है ना, पहले 135 था, अब इंप्रूव हो गया 127 हो गया. इन ग्लोबल जेंडर गैप इंडेक्स इज वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम रिपोर्ट, लास्ट ईयर जून की आर्टिकल है. ठीक है, सो यू शुड रिमेंबर दिस, है ना. देखो एक और जो आर्टिकल है, हाँ, चूंकि हम इक्वल पे फॉर इक्वल वर्क की बात कर रहे हैं, द ऑथर इज टॉकिंग अबाउट इट ना, कि अगर 1 रुपया कमा रहा है एक मर्द, सो द फीमेल इज गेटिंग 84 पैसे. So there is no equal work for equal pay for equal work in practice, but however the constitution talks about it, है ना. मतलब मेल और फीमेल को इक्वल, अगर इक्वल काम करे तो इक्वल सैलरी मिलना चाहिए. कहाँ मेंशन है? 37 आर्टिकल 37, 39, 41, 46. So this is actually mentioned in directive principle of state policy, where it is mentioned. I have taught, I still remember. Yes, Alia Kausar, very good. Article 39 talks about it, है ना. All states ideally direct that policy towards securing equal pay for equal work for both men and women. Yes, Astha Vasti, you all are right. B is the right answer. ठीक है, अब देखो, है ना. So अब और क्या क्या बता रहे हैं? She is talking about National Family Health Survey का कुछ डेटा है ना. So from between the age of 15 to 24, 50% of the women continue to rely on using cloth for menstrual protection. Okay, and this is actually very dangerous and all, है ना. Expert caution that it can cause contracting multiple infection हो सकता है, and that is why ideally sanitary pads should be used. तो उसके लिए एक स्कीम भी है, बस आपको पता होना चाहिए, just for knowledge purpose. जन औषधि सुविधा sanitary napkins are being provided at 1 rupees. Where do you get? So you will get this in ये ना PMBJP, है ना, लिखा ना, प्रधानमंत्री जन औषधि परियोजना, प्रधानमंत्री जन औषधि परियोजना, औषधि परियोजना करके, ठीक है, यहाँ लिखा होगा कहीं पर. हाँ देखो यहाँ लिखा ना, प्रधानमंत्री भारतीय जन औषधि परियोजना के अंडर, दिस इज अ स्कीम अंडर विच सैनिटरी नैपकिन्स आर प्रोवाइडेड एट 1 rupees फॉर वुमेन टू इंश्योर इजी अवेलेबिलिटी, है ना. सो वेयर डू यू गेट? सो दिस इज एक्चुअली, यू विल फाइंड दिस टाइप ऑफ शॉप्स इन योर सिटी एज वेल. कहीं कहीं पे आपने देखा होगा अपने शहरों में. So here actually the cheaper medicines are provided, and here you will get sanitary napkins at 1 rupees. Okay, so go and find out about this. ठीक है. So because the author is talking about it, that is why I have discussed it, है ना. So she is now talking about paid leaves का भी argument आया था कि whether we should provide paid leaves or not, है ना. So these things were also discussed earlier and all. ठीक है. So she is giving example of the country of Japan where a leave is there, है ना. But it is mostly unpaid and unused. यानी उसमें सैलरी नहीं मिलती, यानी सैलरी कट जाती है अगर कोई लीव लेगा तो, and it remains unused. Very few women actually take the benefit of that, है ना. तो यहाँ उन्होंने she has given some data and all that only 0.9% of the women in the workforce avail menstrual leave in Japan, and that is why the rank of Japan has gone down from 121 to 125 in World Economic Forum ranking. ठीक है. So global gender gap index. Then she is quoting the judgment. Supreme Court has also talked about women's equality at many places. So these are the things being talked about. है ना. Right to equal pay for equal work is constitutionally guaranteed under Article 39. है ना. These things we have discussed it. So which of the following SDG talks about gender equality? बताइए. SDG 5, 7, 3, 10. Yes, Astha Vasti, yes, and rural areas is present. Gender equality जो है SDG सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स जो है वो जेंडर इक्वालिटी की बात करता है. कौन सा वाला SDG? Which one? Anyone? So the right answer is yes, Alia Kausar, very good. SDG 5, gender equality. So A is the right answer. Number of the you're right. Good. So this you should be knowing it. SDG 5 talks about gender equality. Astha Vasti, number of the you are right. The next is एक ओपिनियन में ऑपोजिट पेज में आर्टिकल थी डज ट्रस्ट इन नेशनल गवर्नमेंट मैटर. तो ये आप पढ़ सकते हो. आई मीन इट्स नॉट फ्रॉम मच फ्रॉम एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, लेकिन इसको पढ़ लेना. इसके नीचे जाने का आर्टिकल है कॉन्फिडेंस इन द इकोनॉमी जस्ट शाई ऑफ प्री पैंडेमिक लेवल्स. सो इन्होंने कुछ सर्वे वगैरह किया. दे आस्क्ड अबाउट इट दैट वेदर पीपल आर ऑप्टिमिस्टिक और पेसिमिस्टिक अबाउट एम्प्लॉयमेंट सिनेरियो, जॉब्स एंड ऑल. और 40% फील दैट इकोनॉमिक सिचुएशन इज वर्स. 40% लोग ये बिलीव करते हैं कि अभी भी इकोनॉमिक सिचुएशन अच्छा नहीं है. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स बीइंग टॉक्ड अबाउट. ठीक है. तो इन्होंने अपना कुछ सर्वे वगैरह किया, बट ये सब एग्जाम याद नहीं रखना है कि हाउ द पीपल रेस्पॉन्डेड एंड ऑल. ठीक है. ना एक और आर्टिकल थी सोनिया फाइल्स नॉमिनेशन फॉर राज्यसभा पोस्ट फ्रॉम राजस्थान, द स्टेट ऑफ राजस्थान. So Sonia Gandhi was a senior Congress leader. Now she is going to be a Rajya Sabha MP from state of Rajasthan. But before that, for past many years, she has been the Lok Sabha MP. तो आपको बताना है कि वो कहाँ किस constituency से लोक सभा MP थी. Can you tell me? अच्छा, एक क्वेश्चन जो जामिया में पूछा जाता है कि राज्यसभा MP is elected by whom? कौन वोट करते हैं? तो इसमें क्वेश्चन आता है like elected MLAs, elected MLCs, लोक सभा MPs. What is the answer? ये भी बताना है. So Sonia Gandhi is going to be Rajya Sabha MP, but earlier for the past many years she has been the Lok Sabha MP from the constituency of Rai Bareli in Uttar Pradesh, UP. B is the right answer. Yes, Namra Aftab, Astha Vasti, you all are right. Alia Kausar. Rai Bareli is a place in UP where she used to fight election. ठीक है. Wayanad से तो राहुल गांधी है ना. So here B is the right answer to this question, है ना. तो ठीक है. Yes, Alia Kausar, very good. राज्यसभा MP के वोट कौन करते हैं? इलेक्टेड एमएलएज वोट करते हैं. इलेक्टोरल कॉलेज कंप्राइजेस ऑफ यस इलेक्टोरल कॉलेज कंप्राइजेस ऑफ इलेक्टोरल कॉलेज ऑफ राज्यसभा एमपी कंप्राइजेस ऑफ इलेक्टेड एमएलएज. ठीक है. सो बी इज द राइट आंसर. पीएम इनॉग्रेट्स अबू धाबीज फर्स्ट हिंदू स्टोन टेंपल. तो टेंपल का नाम है बाप्स, BAPS टेंपल, हिंदू टेंपल. ठीक है. ओके. So where exactly it is? This is India. This is UAE, United Arab Emirates की कैपिटल है अबू धाबी. ठीक है. उससे पहले भी एक जगह है दुबई. दुबई is also a city in Abu Dhabi where a temple was inaugurated. So this is the second temple in UAE. ठीक है. And first in Abu Dhabi city. ठीक है. So BAPS temple was inaugurated and all. The pink sandstone temple. तो pink sandstone से बना हुआ है. 22nd. ये पूछ सकते हैं कौन सा sandstone से बना है ना. So these are the things you should be knowing about it. ठीक है. Subianto claims victory for all Indonesians in presidential election. मैंने बताया अभी कि these are the three candidates for Indonesia's presidential election, and apparently it appears that perhaps he will be the winner. तभी जो first phase में इसी पता चला, but let's find out complete. Let's wait for the final complete result, है ना. दूसरा यहाँ पे आर्टिकल है PMLN analyze are mulling. PMLN मतलब वही पाकिस्तान मुस्लिम लीग. पाकिस्तान मुस्लिम लीग. एन मतलब नवाज. तो नवाज शरीफ पार्टी. एंड नवाज शरीफ ब्रदर एक्चुअली शहबाज शरीफ, मोस्ट लाइकली according to the reports, Shehbaz Sharif will become the prime minister again, and they will get support perhaps from BMLN, would get support from perhaps PPP, Pakistan's People's Party, जो Zardari's party is there and all. तो ये सब news आ रहे हैं, देखो अब क्या होता है final. Let's wait for that who is going to be the next prime minister and all. So he is Shehbaz Sharif. Okay, he has been earlier the chief minister of Punjab. So always be careful. There is Punjab in Pakistan as well, and there is a Punjab in India as well. ठीक है, so वहाँ भी पंजाब है. ठीक है, it appears that is going to be the second term as Pakistan's prime minister in coming days and all. So these are the things coming in the news. Okay, BAPS का full form, please check it from internet. I mean, I don't remember. BAPS का full form एक बार check कर लीजिएगा. ठीक है. Okay, someone has written in the comment. ठीक है. Okay, so if you're watching this class, नीचे जाना, description box में one-on-one counseling session is there. So click on this link and you will get this Google form. And please, everyone should fill this Google form. This is all about today's class. Please subscribe to our channel, follow us Instagram, Facebook, Telegram. Guys, one more thing, I'll be meeting you at 6 p.m. today. So download our app, BYJU'S Exam Prep app download karo. Go to CLAT section and today at 6 p.m. I'll be coming up with a quiz. हर Thursday को I discuss a quiz. So do join it. That would be very, very beneficial for you. ठीक है? So 6 बजे शाम में. Okay. So do join it. I'll be meeting you at 6 p.m. today. So thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.